Seth, play the clip?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, they're very different. They're very different. I mean, look, here's the bottom line.
Wow.
Trump's net job approval rating. Look, in January 2025, he was on the positive side of the ledger. He was at plus 7 points. Look now. He has come back down. He is underwater, right? He's doing a little bit of the breaststroke, maybe doing a little bit of the butterfly. He's at minus 2 points. And it's not just in one.
Good work, but we can do better. Our work is cut out for that. That needs to be double digits within 30 days. Come on, people. We have got to tank this number because it's so important to him. And he's surrounded by a bunch of titty babies, and they'll all start melting down even more. And maybe we can end this quicker than we thought.
Yeah, he does care about his approval rating. He always likes to say he's so popular. Melania is so popular. JD Vance is so popular. And it's like, no, you're not. But I'm surprised it's only minus 2.
That's why I'm saying we need to do better.
Yeah.
We need to be better haters. We need to focus on this more. We need to message constantly because it's easy. It's easy to make fun of these people. They're morons, complete idiot morons. All right, next up, we have the Department of Defense under Trump. Pete Hegseth has removed Colin Powell's name from a list of notable Americans buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Hegseth also removed the names of every person of color and every woman on the same list. Only white men were left in place. And here's what I have to say. Living in Oklahoma City, living in a red state, when Trump has come up in the last 10 years, and I know somebody is Republican, I'll say, you know what bothers me about Trump is the racism and the homophobia. And that person would always say, well, he's not racist. I don't, there's the whole blacks for Trump thing. Well, he's not homophobic, you know? I mean, well, God, JD Vance was a drag queen. Well, here's the thing. All of us knew, and the people who really knew how racist he is and know how homophobic he is are black people, brown people, and gay people. They know, and they have known because the dog whistles have been there the entire time. Trump has been a racist for decades. And to all of the white voters, you were either a latent racist yourself, not yet out of the closet, or you're okay with racism, which I almost think is a little bit worse.
DEI is the new N-word for me. When people start saying DEI, I immediately know they are racist. Oh, well, she's a DEI hire or he's a DEI hire. That is code for racism. Colin Powell served his country for years and deserves all the respect he can get. They removed Jackie Robinson, which it's finally starting to penetrate outside the political world. I mean, people in the athletics department are furious about this.
And, you know, this is one of our grievances, and we talk about this. It pisses me off. And I think white people need to stand with every American. We are a multicultural country, and we have a horrid, absolutely painful, horrific history with racism. And every decent person, every decent American should stand with every Black American and say, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help lift your community up because there is a difference and racism still exists. And every white person knows what white people say in white circles. You know what they say. We've heard it our whole lives. And now this is the age of emboldenment. And these racists feel like it's okay to be racist. It's okay to be anti-Semitic. It's okay to be homophobic. It is deplorable, and they're showing it. Now the data is showing, and this should upset everybody to whitewash history. And they do it to the military. And this is exactly what they did to Black men who served in World War II and who served in Vietnam. They went over, served their country, watched their friends die, got injured, had PTSD, and they come back over here and get treated like pieces of shit from angry white people. And it's deplorable. And here we have Fox News right on brand bashing a veteran. Play the clip.
Just him, Mark Kelly, the supposed moderate, the guy who's such a moderating voice in the Democratic Party. Every time I get in the car over the last 60 days, it reminds me of the damage from Trump and Musk. Who gets in their vehicle? And for 60 days, the thing on their mind is how much they despise a politician. This is entirely abnormal
him a traitor.
behavior.
Musk called Mark Kelly, an American hero, a traitor.
Have you, when you've gotten in your car, I know
Ukrainians.
you don't drive, you're in Manhattan, but when
I
you
do drive.
Okay, so every
Listen up. Kayleigh McEnany with your little Christian cross around your neck, you fucking charlatan, hypocrite, piece of shit, white racist, homophobic, fake person. You're disgusting. I get in my car every single day and I think about what these Nazi racist monsters are doing to this country. And you know why? Because I have empathy, but don't confuse my empathy for other people with me not being a hater and hating you guys, because that's what I will do. I feel badly for all of these triple Trumper military guys who voted for this MAGA bullshit, and now all of their benefits are getting stripped from them. Do I want to sit down and have coffee with them? Fuck no. But my vote and my political activism covers them. On a personal note, I don't want to hang out with Kayleigh McEnany, fake Christian. I cannot stand these people. They're so hateful and lack empathy so much, and they weaponize their Christianity, and she hides behind her cross like she's some, great person, and it's disgusting. And there are tens of millions of Americans who act just like her. And as Jessica Tarlov, who deserves a profile in courage,
Yes.
she pointed out to her, here they are making fun of a guy who was an astronaut and a veteran and a United States senator.
They never take anything into account that they say. They say things with reckless abandon, not realizing the absolute hypocrisy. Donald Trump has said more hateful things about more people individually and in groups than any other president in the history of the world. And they sit around and have their lips plastered to his ass. And then they want to get mad at Mark Kelly about a Tesla. Let me tell you something, Kayleigh. Ever since Elon Musk started getting involved with the Trump campaign, every time I see a Tesla, I cringe. And that's gone on a lot longer than 60 days.
I do too. I was at the doggy daycare picking up my dogs the other day, and this guy I know who's not MAGA pulls up in his Tesla. And I was like, hey, bro, you've got to get rid of that swastika car. You've got to get rid of it. Like, it has got to go. And see, this tells you what she said is a real window into the MAGA person's soul. They can sit around and think about trans people all the time. They can talk about Joe Biden and all of these things nonstop. And when we want to talk about a man who did 2 Nazi salutes in the fucking White House or wherever on inauguration day, he does that. And then he comes and he rips up veterans benefits. He's going after Social Security. He's taking taxpayer funded subsidies, which I think is a big Freudian reveal as to why he's so wildly insecure with his hair plugs. And it bothers us, but don't confuse our compassion and our empathy with the fact that we're not going to grow some fangs and go after you fuckers, because that's what we have to do. This is psychological warfare, and the right has been winning it, but the facts are on our side, which is why they all have to stay in that bubble all the time. The Biden economy was blowing this piece of shit economy completely out of the water. All right, next up, speaking of being a hater and speaking of have compassion and knowing the nuance that you can have both, having enough emotional intelligence, right, Pumps, to have both, is our queen, Jasmine Crockett. Please play this clip.
He ran for leadership and was rejected by the caucus. I ran for leadership and was rejected by the caucus. So people are like, yo, like, what are y'all doing? And it's hard for people to understand the politics of being in the caucus. Like, the politics inside the caucus don't necessarily reflect the politics of the people. I'm just saying. So I think that we do need to be given some grace to the extent that people don't know where they are best placed in this moment. And I think that it would be better if leadership really just pushed some people out and said, yo, this is your skill. You about to do this because we at war, right? Like, and that's what it is.
She's right. This is a war. This is not a war with guns and the way that MAGA wants to play it on January 6th. But this is psychological war started by Vladimir Putin, enabled by Fox News, Rupert Murdoch. And I think a lot of these Democrats that are in charge need to leave. This is not your moment. Get out. Let the fighters and the haters go in and try to save democracy.
Well, look no further than Chuck Schumer. He should be the first one to go.
The worst. It is time for him to call it.
Absolutely. And there's a whole list of them that they are not equal to the moment. They still think they can run around and be like, we're in integrity politics and, we're going to be bipartisan. These people are Nazis. They are taking the United States and aligning them with Putin, like this is not the time to worry about bipartisanship. This is the time for fight for democracy. And if you're not equal to the moment, you don't have the balls to do it, then put out AOC, put out Jasmine Crockett, Chris Murphy. They'll do it.
Yeah, and you notice the Democrats that are speaking out, Jasmine Crockett, she's starting to penetrate. The right notices, they send out a memo to all the Manosphere guys and the Fox, and they coordinate it, and they start trying to take her down, that she speaks too hood sometimes, not hood enough. You know, all of these stupid low-hanging fruit arguments that play well to their dumbed down base. And now they've started to go after Tim Walz. He's not man enough. Jesse Waters, the prissiest queen I've ever seen in my life, is calling somebody else out for not being man enough. Give me a break. And lastly, you know, you wonder, like, what happens when Trump dies? What happens with MAGA? What happens when this man, and he's no spring chicken.
No.
All right. So let's just hear it straight from the horse's mouth. What Trump's future succession is.
So is Barron's aptitude, in your view, business or politics?
Maybe technology. He can look at a computer. I try turning off his car, turn it off. I turn off his laptop. I said, oh, good. And I go back 5 minutes later, he's got his laptop. I said, how'd you do that? None of your business, Dad. No, he's got an unbelievable aptitude in technology.
You heard that right. Trump turns off Barron's laptop and he says, oh, good, it's turned off. Barron turns it back on. Trump is so proud.
So proud.
And if this is the lineage, if they fuck up the Constitution and this is what they leave us with, we are more fucked than we are right now, which is terrifying. All right, please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 1 million. And when we get to like 999,000, we're just going to go live until it happens. And we're going to have a big party, because when you get to be our age, getting a trophy is a big fucking deal. And we already have our 100,000 YouTube, and we really want that 1 million one.
We do.
We've never, like, for the 100,000, we were like, okay. And the millennials that work for us were super excited about it. But once you taste a little bit of a trophy, kind of wets your beak, Humps and I are in. We want the 1 million plaque. So subscribe, share, engage, do all the shit that you're supposed to do. Let's be world-class haters. See you all later.